Welcome back to the Lady Transcend channel. Today we will explore El Nino and its impact on fishing in Florida. If you are planning a fishing vacation in the Florida Keys or some other coastal spot in a sunshine state during El Nino year, make sure to watch this video till the end for essential information about fish, coral reefs, lobsters, and stone crabs. As you might know, El Nino is a weather phenomenon that happens irregularly, but it impacts weather patterns all around the globe. Today we will discuss El Nino's impact mostly on Florida. During El Nino, warm water accumulates along the equator in the eastern Pacific Ocean. The opposite of El Nino is called La Niña. It's when the trade wind moves warm water toward the western Pacific. We are currently out of a 3-year La Niña phase, and now we are facing El Nino. So, how does El Nino affect Florida's fishing? Unfortunately, it's not very good. El Nino warms the sea surface in the central and eastern part of the Pacific, making the waters around Florida too warm for many fish species. As a result, most fish tends to migrate toward cooler waters further north. The warming waters can also influence fish behavior, affecting feeding patterns and spawning habits. This makes fishing more unpredictable and challenging, as fish become more scattered and harder to find. Another downside is that El Nino can lead to more frequent winds, which can impact boating safety. During El Nino's winter, Florida will have less sun than usual and more rain. However, there is a good news. During El Nino, there is typically fewer hurricanes in the Atlantic tropical ocean compared to the La Niña's periods. This is because the increased wind during El Nino slows down hurricane formation. However, one of the strongest devastating hurricanes, Hurricane Matthew, was during El Nino in 2016. Although NOAA scientists promise fewer hurricanes during El Nino, I would recommend being ready for them. If you would like to learn how to prepare for a hurricane in Florida, be sure you click on my video link, which I left in the description below. Or you could subscribe to this channel to see my other videos later. Back to the fishing subject. Regarding current conditions in Florida Keys, the seawater temperature is among the hottest in the world. According to US Today, water temperature in the bays between the mainland and Florida Keys reach an incredible 101.1 degrees on July 26, 2023. This unbelievable temperature will definitely impact on the health of coral reefs. Fish, lobsters, and stone crabs rely on healthy coral reefs. According to NOAA, the bleaching process of coral reefs started a month early this year. Bleaching mode is when the coral reef is starving and dying. Coral reef mortality depends on how long the high temperature of seawater will remain. Unless a hurricane comes and cools down the waters, coral reefs can start dying in August. In September, we can also see fewer Florida's lobsters. If coral reefs start dying, it will also impact the stone crab season as well. All of this is not just bad for fishermen or seafood lovers, but also Florida's economy. At this time, some of the fish species are migrating from Florida toward Virginia. Also, a lot of tuna and mahi from Mexico and Costa Rica are already migrating to California. So, California will be a favorable spot for fishing this year. California benefits from cooler waters brought by El Nino, which enhances the upwelling of nutrient-rich waters from the deep ocean. This creates thriving conditions for various fish in California. So, people who have an opportunity to travel to California this year don't forget to fish. But for Florida fishermen, this year will be extra challenging. If you are planning deep-sea fishing in the Florida Keys, I recommend exploring Islamorada's Hump and Marathon's Hump. A hump refers to an underwater seamount. These humps in Florida Keys act like a magnet for blackfin tuna, mahi-mahi, wahoo, marlin, bonita, and sharks. Islamorada's Hump is about 15 miles offshore and 290 feet below the surface. It's the most famous for fantastic fishing throughout the year, while the Marathon Hump is located further offshore. Marathon Hump is also called West Hump, and it's located about 27 miles southeast of Marathon Key. I love fishing at both of these humps. However, it's important to look at your boat radar religiously while fishing far offshore, because the unpredictable winds and miniature storms can anytime suddenly approach you. Especially, we need to exercise caution during El Nino, since El Nino winds can pose more risk than usual. But let's stay positive and hope that the El Nino effect will be mild. If hurricanes don't interrupt my fishing plans in Florida Keys this September, I'll share the details of my fishing experience in one of my upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe to catch those updates. Stay safe out there, my friends, and happy fishing. Cheers!